These are my note cards, and this is Kelly, Dad, Cody, Kaylee, and Tyler. You are taking a walk through the Appalachian Trail, a well-known trail in Virginia. It is sunny and 70 degrees across the trail. The birds are singing, the flowers are blooming, and the wildlife are out. You are enjoying nature's beauty. Suddenly you see something lying on the ground. Is it a rope? Then it moves toward you quickly and sharply. Suddenly you're waking up in the back of an ambulance fighting for your life. It was a snake, but it was not just any snake, it was a venomous snake. Today I'm going to inform you about the 3 venomous snakes of Virginia. Because the story that I share with you today was my story, and I was lucky enough to survive, I have dedicated my life to conducting research on Virginia's venomous snakes and educating people about them. First, I will be discussing the copperhead snake. Second, I will discuss the cottonmouth. Lastly, I will cover the timber rattlesnake. I will begin by talking about copperhead snakes. What is a copperhead? According to Maymont, copperheads are venomous snakes often found in wood piles or rocks. They are found everywhere in Virginia and are the only venomous snakes that are found within the Richmond city limits. Adults can grow anywhere from 24 to 36 inches. According to the Virginia Herpetological Society, copperheads are tan or brown in color and their body is covered in dark triangles that some people have compared to Hershey Kisses. Their head is also shaped triangular, which is commonly a telltale sign of a snake being venomous. According to the Journal of Zoology, copperheads are the least venomous snake in Virginia, and there are no records of any fatal bites in the state. What are the symptoms of a copperhead bite and how do you treat it? According to Medical News Today, the typical symptoms of a copperhead bite are 2 puncture wounds, redness or swelling, bruising around the area, numbness of the face, elevated heart rate, difficulty breathing, dizziness, weakness, headaches, blurred vision, excessive sweating, and fever. Also, according to Medical News Today, in the case of a copperhead bite, you need to remain calm, call 911, remove all clothing and tight jewelry, keep the area below your heart, and clean the area with soap and water if possible. Now that we've talked about copperheads, we are going to discuss cottonmouths. What is a cottonmouth? According to Maymont, cottonmouths are also known as a water moccasin. It is typically only found in the southeastern parts of Virginia near the coast. They are water snakes, so they are typically found near water sources and or semi-aquatic sources so they can strike their prey underwater. Adults can grow anywhere from 24 to 48 inches in length, and they have very thick bodies. According to the Virginia Herpetological Society, cottonmouths are also a tan or brown color with triangular heads. They also have dark triangular markings on their sides. Because of this, it would probably be best to tell the difference in a copperhead and a cottonmouth by where it's located, as a cottonmouth will only be on the coast or near or in water. Also, according to Maymont, cottonmouths are not an aggressive snake typically. To this day, no deaths have been reported in Virginia by cottonmouth bites. Like copperheads, it is typical for them to only strike a person when startled. What are the symptoms of a cottonmouth bite and how do you treat it? According to Medical News Today, the typical symptoms of a cottonmouth snake bite are 2 puncture wounds, redness or swelling, bruising around the area, numbness of the face, elevated heart rate, difficulty breathing, dizziness, weakness, headaches, blurred vision, excessive sweating, and fever. Also, according to Medical News Today, in the case of a cottonmouth snake bite, you need to remain calm, call 911, remove all tight clothing and jewelry, keep the area below your heart, and clean the area with soap and water, if possible. Lastly, we are going to talk about the 3rd type of venomous snake found in Virginia. The timber rattlesnake. What is a timber rattlesnake? According to Maymont, a timber rattlesnake can be found in the mountainous regions of Virginia as well as the Dismal Swamp. There has been some sightings in the coastal areas, however, they are endangered there. They are known for the rattle at the end of each shed. It can be easily broken off, and most people assume each rattle stands for a year that the snake has been alive. However, that is not correct. Adults can range from 30 to 60 inches in length. According to the Virginia Herpetological Society, timber rattlesnakes are a dark tan or brown color and have a striped or zigzag pattern and dark spots across their bodies. This is camouflage in the woods and mountainous areas of Virginia. According to the Journal of Herpetology, there is no information regarding deaths, but the timber rattlesnake can be the deadliest venomous snake found in Virginia. However, their usual diet consists of small mammals such as rodents or frog. What are the symptoms of a timber rattlesnake bite and how is it treated? According to Medical News Today, the typical symptoms of a timber rattlesnake bite are 2 puncture wounds, redness or swelling, bruising around the area, numbness of the face, elevated heart rate, difficulty breathing, dizziness, weakness, headaches, blurred vision, excessive sweating, and fever. Also, according to Medical News Today, in the case of a rattlesnake bite, you need to remain calm, call 911, remove all tight clothing and jewelry, keep the area below the heart rate, and clean the area with soap and water if possible. In conclusion, today we have discussed copperhead snakes, cottonmouth snakes, and the timber rattlesnake. Each of these 3 snakes are venomous, and they are the only venomous snakes that have been found in Virginia. In the scenario that I shared as I opened the speech, I was the one walking the Appalachian Trail. I had been bitten by a timber rattlesnake, and I woke up in the back of an ambulance before I even realized it. I had to undergo many anti-venom treatments. I spent many months in a wheelchair, and I had to take a lot of therapy to relearn how to walk. Because of this experience, I have dedicated my life to educating others about venomous snakes in Virginia. I am very grateful to be standing in front of you today. How aware are you of snakes in your area?